Today, the session is focused on equity, and certainly that's something that's greatly lacking in women's sports. I think let's just start this conversation around your thoughts on the fact that in 2022, there is a pay gap that still exists across all industries for women, including your industry.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to even think that, like you said, 2022, and there's still pay gaps that are happening in years past. Now, hopefully, not for much longer. But that just means that we still have a lot of work to do. You know, as women, we continue to fight, but there's no stopping our fight at this time.
Yeah. You signed with the New York Liberty in February, so just a short while ago. One of the biggest free agent moves in WNBA history, certainly ushering in this new super team era. So we're starting to see some moves in the right direction when it comes to professional basketball, but so much further to go. I guess lay out your argument for me, since I know you've been so outspoken about this.
My thoughts on it are, well, first of all, I'm very excited to go to the New York Liberty. Really excited to be in the biggest sports market in the world, you could say, and to be able to kind of bring the WNBA into that even more than they already are, to continue to fight for issues that we need in the WNBA, that we need as women, continuing to fight for charters, continuing to fight for obviously equal pay, but also just equal treatment for what we have access to compared to other leagues.
What are some examples of where the treatment isn't equal and where that could be changed?
Some examples of where the treatment can be changed is just the fact that, you know, you look at some of these leagues like the NBA, the NFL, things like that. They have all of their performance stuff, their people, their recovery stuff. It's all in one place. And I feel in the WNBA, it's not always the case. You know, we have to go from the gym to the massage place to the somewhere else. And yeah, are we still lucky to have the opportunity to have all of those? For sure. But if we can continue to have them be at one place where they're for us, for the players, so we can be able to be our best, to make the league its best and continue to raise the standard, that's what's most important.
I think there's kind of this perception that if you're a professional sports player, basketball or otherwise, that you must be a multimillionaire and making lots of money and very successful, et cetera, et cetera. And yeah, maybe that's true if you're in the NBA, but it's not the same dynamic in the WNBA, right?
No, it's not the same dynamic. I mean, I hope at some point we get there, but that's why, you know, we have players going and playing WNBA and then going overseas. That's why I'm in Turkey right now, playing overseas with my team, to continue to supplement the income as much as I can, because the WNBA doesn't pay me year round, and it's how I need to continue to be able to sustain my lifestyle.
There's a lot made too about the revenue breakdown. So with the NBA, something like 50% of the revenue that the league brings in is reallocated to players. And in the WNBA, it's a much smaller percentage of the revenue. Why is there such a big differential?
I think that there's such a big difference because the NBA has been around much longer than the WNBA. And that's why it's like, you know, you don't always want to compare and contrast the two, because, yeah, we play the same sport, but we are completely different. The WNBA is finding their success, obviously, from where we started to where we are now, and that's being who we are as women, continuing to use our voices on and off the court, and being great at what we do. But I think that, you know, it's not foreign to kind of know that the previous TV deal that we have signed with the WNBA is something that really underbid us. And hopefully in the next one, we'll make it even better and continue to kind of limit that gap that we have between the two leagues.
So as I mentioned, you've been very outspoken on all of these topics. What are you doing specifically to fight for pay equity, for investment, for exposure? Um, and how are those efforts going so far?
I think I'm doing as much as I can to really fight for pay equity. I think that first thing is first is to be able to ask for all these things. I need to be able to perform and be my best on the court, and that goes the same with my team and really the entire league. But the more eyes, the more viewership that we get on us, the more people that are going to be interested in certain players in our league, like Jonquil Jones or Asia Wilson or Sabrina, and that's what's going to drive more. The more eyes, more viewership, more sponsors.
Yeah, and a key part of the conversation, and perhaps for this industry, but it's a conversation that comes up when I have conversations with discussions with women in other industries too, is the importance of men's allyship, male allyship in this process too. How are those efforts going, and why is that so crucial?
Yeah, I definitely agree that having allies in the NBA be on our side is something that's really important because for a lot of people, for the younger generation, young boys, they're looking up to these NBA players like, oh my gosh, what are they doing? And when they see players like KD and Kyrie showing love to the WNBA and watching the WNBA, it's going to make them also see us. And it's just a platform, it's obviously known that a lot of the NBA players have bigger platforms than the players of the WNBA. And while we don't want that to be like that forever, it is now. So them helping us with the reach that they have is only going to help our reach grow.
Yeah, final question for you. What are the words of wisdom or advice that you would share with young women who look up to you and are aspiring to follow in your career footsteps?
Advice for young women looking up to me would be, don't sell yourself short. Continue to kind of be confident in who you are and what you are, and know what you're going to be, and realize that, you're going to be a part of making this industry grow and raising that bar and that standard. And you're going to do that by continuing to fight. So be ready for the ride and don't stop fighting.